What's up, man?
That floor, 2 weeks, be completely rotten.
Oh yeah? I guess we'll see. I mean, I just figured that...
Yeah, whatever, bro.
What?
Whatever. Yo!
Yo, what's up, man?
That boat right there, completely ruined. The floor junk.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it'll hold up pretty good, and you know, it looks really nice, so... Okay, man.
Hey!
What, bro? What now?
Already know that when that floor starts to rot, you're gonna try to screw somebody on Facebook Marketplace.
What? Dude, it's a public video. It's not like I'm trying to hide it from anybody. Obviously, I posted it online.
You piece of shit!
Whatever, bro. I'm done. Alright, so we got the back seat all built. Now we just gotta carpet it. And I was gonna film yesterday building the back seat, but it was pouring rain, so you wouldn't have been able to hear me anyway. So I decided just to knock it out, don't film it, and I'll video carpeting it. And today we're gonna talk about the floor that I put in this boat on the last video. So if you haven't seen the last video, go watch it and then come back. This video will make way more sense if you watch the last one. So I'm gonna pull this back seat out, get the carpet all ready, and I'll get back with y'all then. Alright, so I got it all set up. Turned out pretty nice. I had to put this 2x4 on here because that's where the layout pad will sit. Obviously the seat's taller, so I had to put a spacer right there, so all this will get carpeted. It'll just all look like one piece. So let me get the camera set up and we'll get into why I feel like we need to talk about the last video. Alright, so if you didn't watch the last video and you don't want to, I completely understand. I'll give you a quick rundown. Basically, I put a new floor in the boat, and instead of cutting the old floor out and pulling it all up and then fiberglassing a new floor in, what I did was I put wood over what was already there, screwed it down, molded it in, and then carpeted over that. The reason being was because there was only one soft spot in the whole floor, and I felt like it would be plenty strong no matter what. Well, I had some backlash from it. I had some people saying, you know, it was a half-assed job, should have never done it that way. I had one guy say, yeah, and you're going to try to screw somebody on Facebook when you realize that it's going to rot. So I just wanted to touch on that for a second. Number one, I really don't care. You know, it's my boat. I can do what I want with it. I get that it's not going to last as long as if I would have done it other ways, but it's going to last plenty long. It's going to last years to come. I've seen a bunch of people do it that way. You know, not speculation, or I've heard from somebody. I've seen people do it that way, and it always works for a way longer than everybody thinks it does. So I'm not worried about longevity. As far as me trying to screw people on Facebook Marketplace, it's a public video. I put the video out on YouTube for people to watch it. It's not like I'm trying to hide it from anybody. I don't really understand that. The reason I did it the way I did it is because this is what's always made sense in my head. Yes, I could have fiberglassed it in and it probably would have lasted a little bit longer, but how much longer would it have really lasted compared to what I have? And it would have been so much harder to redo it later on, if that makes sense. So let's say in 5 years the floor that I put in rots out. I could redo it in an hour now that I have the shapes that I need. As to where if I glassed it in and let's just say it rotted out in 10 years, again, this is all just made up numbers, but it's going to be way harder to cut it back out, figure out the sizes of, you know, that you need, and put it all back in. As to where mine, you know, you just, like I said, you just pull it up, put new, and roll on. And as far as wood rotting fast in boats, I rebuilt this whole back seat. The stock back seat that was in the boat was still perfectly strong. It was just on the back of it. It had some spots that were chipping off. It didn't look good, so I wanted to redo it. I want this to be a pretty nice boat. It was raw wood, and that's a 1996 boat. And like I said, it had a little bit of rot, but not a lot. And it was bare wood. So you can't tell me that it's not going to last very long when there's proof all around. I know a lot of boat companies just build stuff like this out of wood and build trim pieces out of wood and little doors out of wood. You know, they last for a long time. Yes, I could have sealed the wood. I probably should have, but to be honest with you, I wasn't thinking about it. I had some people say to put resin on it. You can to seal it, you know, but in my experience, when the floor flexes, the resin's gonna crack, so you really didn't do yourself any good. The other thing with fiberglassing a floor in is the bottom of it is still not gonna be sealed. So when the moisture's in the boat, you know, under the floor, it's still gonna rot. The only thing stopping you from falling through the floor like you would in a normal wood floor is the fiberglass, and that's not gonna hold up any kind of weight. So it's not that the wood lasts longer, it's that it's just barely holding on and you think it lasts longer. Real quick, I was editing that video and I decided I wanted to add two things to it. The first one being, when I was deciding what way I wanted to do the floor, one of my thoughts was, by the time that wood starts to rot, the carpet will start to get beat up anyway, so I want to put new carpet down. So it wouldn't even be a big deal. If you're pulling the carpet up to replace it, you might as well just replace the wood that's there. And like I said before, you know, it's a quick job when you do it the way I did it. The other thing is I take really good care of my stuff. You know, this boat sits inside. When we take it out, if it's, you know, if the floor's wet, I'll let it sit outside for a day and let it dry out. So as long as you take care of your stuff, anything you do is going to last. If you don't take care of your stuff, anything you do is going to rot. I just wanted to say that really quick. Let's get back to the video. I don't know, guys. That's my little rant, you know. It's just all opinion. I mean, do I think there's other ways to do a floor that would be way better than what I did? Yeah, 100%. But this is the way I wanted to go, you know. And like I said, saying that I'm trying to screw somebody on Facebook, it really doesn't make sense. The video is public. It's not like, you know, it's not like I'm hiding it from anybody. It's just how I wanted to do it, you know. Everyone's got their own opinion. In my opinion, I'd rather something last a little bit shorter of a time but be way easier to replace than something that lasts a little bit longer and is a real pain in the butt to replace when you do have to do it. In my opinion, not that my opinion really matters, but the best way to do what I did would have been to put composite down on the floor instead of wood. But that stuff's expensive, you know. This is not a $50,000-$60,000 boat that we're talking about. This is a pretty cheap ski/speed boat. So I don't want to go dumping crazy money into this boat when it's not going to be worth anywhere near that when I go to sell it. So that's my take on the, you know, using composite and all that kind of stuff on this boat. And as far as using marine grade wood, I've never heard anything good about it. I've always heard that nothing likes to stick to it. I've always heard that, you know, it lasts a little bit longer, but it's not really worth it. I know a lot of big shops back in the day would always use regular wood instead of marine wood. So it's kind of why I didn't go with it. My biggest thing with it was the seat that was in the boat was the original back seat from 1996, and it has barely started rotting, and it was bare wood. So I don't think it's gonna have any problems lasting. You know, maybe I'm wrong, but what's done is done. So I'm not that worried about it. You know, I've done this before, and it's always seemed to hold up fairly good. So it is what it is. If you think I should have done it a different way, then you can do that on your boat. I have no problem with that. You know, you probably are doing it the right way, but it's just all in what you want to do, and all in how much you want to spend, and how much the boat's going to be worth in the end. And you know, it just, a whole bunch of factors play into how you want to redo a boat. But for now, this is my boat. This is how we're going to do it. So we're going to finish this carpet up, and then we'll see how it looks in the boat. Another thing that I wanted to add really quick to that is I am by no means trying to teach anyone how to do something. All these videos you're seeing, most of it is, you know, me doing it for the first time and trying to figure it out as I go, which is what I like to do. You know, I like to build things and I like to figure it out, and sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. You know, when it doesn't, you just either have to redo it or take the hit and find somebody that can do it. But yeah, I'm by no means trying to say this is how you put a floor in a boat. You know, I will probably never do anything like that and say this is how it's supposed to be done, because there's several ways to do everything. And the other thing is it really doesn't matter. You know, I get people want to voice their opinion. That's perfectly fine. If you want to tell me that I did it wrong, that's fine. You know, it doesn't matter to me. But none of this really matters. The only thing in life that really matters is Jesus and your family. So this is all just fun. We're just trying to take some cheap stuff we found on Facebook and make it nice, and maybe sell it and make a couple bucks off of it, or maybe keep it and, you know, have a nice boat. But I'm going to turn this into a time lapse because I don't want this video to get too long. So I'll roll this time lapse, and I'll see y'all when I get all this carpet on, and we'll throw it in the boat and see how it looks. Well, we got the back seat completely done. You know, besides the little things I still got to do. Obviously I have to get the upholstery done still. Still have to put the hinges on the lid. And I still have to mount the box, make sure it's 100% straight. But I'm actually really happy with how it come out. All the trim, you know, for the carpet came out really nice. The 2x4 to space the pad up blends in really sweet. And it's just simple, you know, a lot of times simple's clean, so that's kind of what I went for on this. It's pretty much the same thing as the stock box. And since the last video, I've done all this carpet. I did the boxes up under there, put the front seats back in, did all this carpet on the side. This thing's coming along really nice. You know, all I really need to do now is get the upholstery done. This will be a really sweet boat. So, well, that's where we're gonna end it off, guys, because it's like 1:30 at night. But at the time I'm filming this video, about a day ago, we just rolled over 1,500 subscribers. So thank y'all so much for that. I really appreciate y'all watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.